And they want Phoenix in this turret.
Oh boy.
He's pretty strong though. What's he gonna do?
Oh,
he got two!
He's trying to get a triple kill, a quadra kill, an amazing play by Phoenix on Azir! The legacy of Shurima is real!
Welcome back to the North American LCS. We're turning to Game 3, Counter Logic Gaming versus Team Liquid. And you just saw a flashback of the last time these teams faced off in Week 5 and that huge one-man quadra kill by Phoenix.
I like how
that excited you.
That'll do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like how I had the flashback filter on it, just so you know that wasn't happening live.
Sepia tone.
Yeah. All right. Phoenix has been a huge playmaker for Team Liquid, though, claiming our OP mid lane honors 3 weeks in a row. And he's up against Pobelter, who came into the split with a lot of hype as CLG's new mid laner. And he had a large impact in their first few games, but then they started putting him on support mids, and then he became a relatively non-factor in their games.
Yeah, and honestly, Liquid has won 5 of their last 6 games. They've only lost to first place Gravity, and this is one of the big tests that they have as they try and hold on to second place. The CLG that looks like they're on a little bit of an upward trend, whether or not Team Liquid can maintain their now 4-game winning streak looking to extend.
You talk about that upward trend. CLG ended last week 2-0 after going on a 4-game losing streak, but they may not be out of the woods just yet because those wins were against 8th place Enemy and 10th place Team Dragon Knights.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there may not actually be some magical pattern to COD's record, like they're slumping and now they're on the way back, because maybe it's just a gauge of how good CLG actually is against other teams. They lost to some of the teams that are better than them in the standings, Team Liquid, TSM, Gravity, and Team Impulse. That was their decline. And now they've beaten some teams who honestly are worse than CLG. They played Enemy and TDK last week. Now will be the real test to whether they're going to continue to lose to the top teams or not.
There might be one little pattern, though, and it's that CLG were running a single-threat strategy that was focused around double lift carrying when they did have those losses. And when we saw them pick up those 2 victories last week, it's when Zion, Spartan, and Pobelter were both put on threats as well. So you couldn't just focus and pile on to double lift, and you won the game.
Yeah, I also don't think we're going to be seeing much more Lulu from Pobelter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll see if putting more threats on the map can clean up the game for CLG. As we send it over to our casters for the play-by-play, Aframu says 2 wins doesn't mean CLG can get comfortable.
It's really about staying on the right track of improvement, and which is what we did this week. I finally, I guess got frustrated, and usually I know what our mistakes are. I see them every game. Even when we're doing well, I just, get pretty angry and upset if people do something wrong if it's not perfect. So I'm a perfectionist at heart. And you going into this next week, we have another week to be on the right track of improvement. And as long as I stay on top of getting on people's cases and shutting down, bad habits and certain behaviors, how they talk in certain situations, what kind of communication is bad, we'll be okay.
Aframu gonna lay down the law.
It seems like a lot of hats to wear there. While you can be the one to be a perfectionist at that, hopefully the skills are perfected at relaying that information as well, because that can be some murky territory between teammates if you're always telling people what to do. Let's check out the starting lineups. On the blue side, it's Counter Logic Gaming. Zion Spartan in the top lane, Xmithy in the jungle, Pobelter mid, double lifted AD carry, and Aframu calling the shots at support.
And on the red side, it's Team Liquid. Up top is Quas in the jungle. I will dominate. Mid, Phoenix, AD carry, Piglet, support X Special, and Coach Peter.
So Team Liquid has been feeling very good, as Janet said, 5 out of the last 6, with that loss being to top team Gravity. The picks and bans really haven't seemed to phase them. Good, strong in-game play. CLG kind of just coming off their mid-season lull, but happier it happened early than late this time, because they've been able to repair it.
Yeah, I mean, they even brought out Jungle Nautilus last time around.
They did.
And took home the victory with that. So
see if they do some crazy stuff in this one. We also saw from Counter Logic Gaming putting Zion Spartan on that Fizz a bit more lately. Not necessarily Fizz, just a champion that has more of that carry impact and not just a tank. See what they have for each other as we enter into picks and bans, our game 3 of the day. Phoenix will not get Azir this time. No more plays coming from Shurima. No talks about that. The Sivir is also banned away, both teams on this one.
There's the Nidalee. Not going to be in this game, so probably another Gragas Rek'Sai game. Let's see if there's another AD carry focus here. Oh, okay, so yeah, they do double up on AD carries. Target double lift, take out the Kalista as well. This is really weird because double lift has taken Tristana over and over. And he's really been playing a lot of that champion, putting a lot of time in on it. So unless Team Liquid want to take it away, which I don't think they do, I mean, it's either Tristana or Corki, but First round Gragas means that Rek'Sai will probably be the champion, dominate plays.
Thinking they might go with the Corki.
Yeah.
Piglet does enjoy a bit of Baron stealing and play on that. We remember from the other game, keeping them in the game versus Team Solo Mid and helping to get the victory in that as well. Still the picks here. Team Liquid definitely taking their time, seeing the jungle pick as priority here for Xmithie on the Gragas. What can it be? Not a lot of junglers focused besides Nidalee here, so they don't have to really go for that too hard. John Corki will be pick up.
The Baron steal was very instrumental in their victory last weekend.
CLG and many other teams have been putting that Janna with the Gragas as well, so good takeaway from Liquid.
Quick answer though, Aframu on his favorite champion, the Alistar.
Yeah, always.
And Double F, as I said, playing a lot of Tristana lately.
We'll get the real move this
Happy
time.
to pick that up. This is also a pretty high kill pressure lane, Tristana. A lot of all-in potential with that duo. We'll see where the lanes match up if they go 2 versus 2. Now, a well-played Janna can put all of that to shame and stop your combo in its tracks. You can knock up Alistar during his combo. See if you can
back
pull
in
it
the
off.
day, it used to fly him up into the air. You know, you see people fly off the screen if you could time it during the headbutt. It was hilarious. I don't think it happens anymore. That's fixed up. But we could see that disengage from Special being very big in this game. The Victor and Rek'Sai quickly picked up on the side of TL, locked in at the same time to make CLG kind of not panic, but have to now ready their last 2 against those picks.
No surprise with the Rek'Sai. It was just a matter of time before that one came in.
Easy peasy choice.
Victor all around. Mid laner has pretty much taken over recently. I want to see what Phoenix actually will run into the Victor now that Azir's off the table.
All right,
Assassins maybe, Pobelter. Excuse me.
Everything will come down, watch, it'll be a Lulu. She'll be like, no!
They have had him on Sport Champions.
They have a lot of tank right now, though.
Fairly frequently.
Could be the Ezreal, the Fizz, 3 games in a row for Zion Spartan in the top. Feels like he could provide a lot with that champion out of his lane. And we're going to get the Ezreal in the mid lane. First one we've seen here coming into week 8.
Now,
for the NA LCS.
They did remove the spell effects on 513 from Runeglaive, so probably won't rush into Ludens after his Runeglaive. Just go Death Cap standard. Still a lot of power there. Pretty much even power, actually. So not too much of a change, and basically he'll just benefit from the buffs to the stats of the Runeglaive. But once again, we've seen so many times the early game of Ezreal punished, especially in North America. This time around, though, they've got a good bodyguard in Alistar, some more disengage in Gragas, as well as some very mobile threats with Tristana and Fizz.
I like the Shen pickup right now. Kind of just an easy pickup that's still in the basket if nobody's banned him out. And it looks like it may be the final one that Quas will go with this time. Oh, switches over at the last second. The Hecarim, something we haven't seen in a bit. It is still being played in other regions, scarcely, but we'll get it back in the NA LCS here for Quas in the top lane.
Yeah, kind of hard for Shen to dive really deep into the team without somebody else who's going to get there immediately. Rek'Sai dash, decent distance, but not quite the delivery they want. Quas going to look for some teleport home guard plays to even out the map. Pretty standard squads from both teams here, actually. CLG running a lot of this, as well as Team Liquid. Let's see how Pobelter does on the Ezreal, and if CLG can get him up to his 2-item huge power point. Yeah, when he gets Runeglaive, then he becomes, you know, medium-sized champion. But when he gets the 2-item, that's where they really want to start poking.
We'll see what Chronologic Gaming can do. They do still have that Tristana going over the double lift, which means they can drop turrets very fast. In their past few games, Enemy and TDK have been quicker than usual for Chronologic Gaming, kind of putting their foot down to see if they can get to that Nexus faster than usual. See if they can do it again this time. As we load onto the Rift, be sure to cast your votes for this matchup by tweeting hashtag CLG win or hashtag TL win. And we will see which way you think the wind is blowing once we hit the Rift. We're about to be on it. Good matchups coming from both sides. There were bans against the junglers, bans against the mid laners, and the teams now ready to face off against each other. We're going to be on the Rift in just a second. It's Chronologic Gaming versus Team Liquid. And these guys are on the Rift. I like, a little Fnatic respect on the Gragas. Bringing out the skins. I'd love to sign that.
And Ode to Suche, actually. Back in the
That
Season
too,
1 days, Gragas was a mid laner.
That's true.
And it is Suche's champion.
That
Cosplay
dance.
and all. Yeah, I believe the Cyanides is the Jar Man.
That's right. You're right.
How things change in League of Legends over the years. Oh god, no, not the Ezreal spam. It's so annoying. No, checking.
Got him.
Checking the power level of all surrounding opponents.
30 seconds until minions
Get
spawn.
him. Get him. Who's gonna strike first?
Oh! God. Could you imagine just walking down the road and you lock eyes with a guy and the first thing he does is slap you in the face with his belly?
Speaking of Suche, he did that on stream at a match.
That he did. Yeah. Dropped him right to the floor. I forgot who that was.
I forget who it was.
It was
too.
really
I think,
funny.
Yeah.
I remember D-Man just lost it. Oh, everybody lost it. It was a good time.
Minions have spawned.
No pink age here from Double Lift. He's actually gone blue-haired Tristana. No love for the hot shot there. All right, so looks like we will have lane swap as Double Lift and Afro head into the Baron pit. They will wait there for 20 minutes until it spawns.
God, now I can't stop thinking of Suche just doing the belly dance after they won. That was weird.
All right, no, yeah.
He was true to the cosplay.
Oh wow,
Threw it
they're
off at
invading. The duo invade here to stop the duo jungle. This is an interesting twist.
What's up, bros? Kyle moves in, headbutt back, and Double Lift pick this one up. It's actually
Dominate already smited. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't already smite. He gets the.
Oh!
Get there!
One more shot! Oh, it's not gonna kill him. Sorry, guys.
So he saved his smite, which is quite rare. Oh, actually, it's not that rare. So there's two options you can go with. If you want to save more life over the duration of your jungling experience in your first clear, then the smiting the Krugs is good to get the stun. And you actually save more life than you do by smiting the red. But if you're playing more safe, or if you want to go for an early gank, you want that HP off of smiting the red. So it looks like Dominate was planning on smiting the red for the health to get back off of it.
Yeah.
And he had to smite there, so it allowed them to save the Krugs. Not a tremendously big deal, but CLG delayed in the end. The invade does not help them out. They're slightly, ever so slightly behind.
Yeah, they have the chance to still go to that top side after they clear this. Over to Baron, over to Red, and then they should have everybody towards the top. Double Lift, as I said, on this Tristana can start explosive charging the turret when they want. Right now, it looks like they're just denying as much as possible.
Yep, just going to work on that. Continue the double jungle. Team Liquid do the same, continuing their double jungle. Stopping for the Scuttler as well. We'll be a bit behind as far as turret damage is going, even though with the Janna you get a lot more damage. Tristana also very effective at taking down the turrets early.
It's true. They both have their little advantages to make it happen. Mid lane still very safe and still very close in CS at this point between those two. Phoenix and Pobelter getting champions they feel comfortable on. It'll be the first time we've kind of seen Phoenix not on something TF or Yasuo or Zeri lately. Back in week 5 when he played Victor against that Gravity loss. So we'll see if it fares better here against Counterlogic Gaming. Pobelter on the Ezreal. As the team always said, once we get to the fights, Pobelter can provide the damage, and that's champion can still do that on.
I think as well, it's worth noting that Team Liquid did not get their red, so a 3-buff start for CLG, and they got some extra gold and experience there because they were able to steal away the whole camp. And Smithy, after a good start for himself on Gragas, they had more camps to work with. And that's the added benefit of the Double Lift Afro invade. Even though Double Lift and Afro lost, I think it was 2 minions in their lane.
During their little excursion?
Yeah. They were able to buy an extra camp for their jungler duo with those
He checked it. You know, this is a big moment. Everybody walks past that brush. He checked it. And we'll remember this day.
Afromu, the golden god.
But watch how you say that. It might make people angry. 5 minutes in, the Pole Belter has the wave just over even right now. And he's kind of in the face of Phoenix. He'll take a bit of damage for it.
Zigzag, guys, zig and zag.
Did not do enough of either. He walked straight away from the line. Not what you do. Fastest way away from it, but it doesn't help in that sense.
Yep. Gotta dodge it.
Yeah, bot lane looking pretty safe. 34-32. Quick pickaxe by here from Doublelift. And once they went back and came back to the bottom lane and matched up here. And it's the double long swords looking for that phage in for Piglet. Pretty safe though. Doesn't look like there'll be any added pressure from the junglers here. Santorin, or rather, yes, Xmithy, I should say. Gonna be on that bottom side. And we have a roam here from Pole Belter as well. Don't think he's gonna go too far.
Yeah. Pole Belter, fairly quiet early game for him. Very happy to go farm for farm with Phoenix. Over there in the mid lane. Both of them just trying to farm up. Doublelift and Afro in the duo after swapping back here. Constantly trying to shove in and buy time for the teleport. Gank. CLG have played that multiple times. Looks like that one was stopped. Quas got the knockback, I believe, on Zion. So that was a good call. That was a very quick call from CLG that they were interrupted on the teleport. It did cost Quas a lot of health, though. I think that's why Zion went for the teleport in vision.
Yeah. Cost him a bit of lane, too. 35-10 isn't the greatest situation you want to be in here. Level 5-4. Trying to kind of flex his muscles and say, I got someone coming. And he does. He's right.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little ways off, and it may be too little, too late. Quas gets hit. Zion Spartan under the turret's definitely going to go down for his troubles, but he is able to pick up first blood in the game. That next goes over to Dominate with an assist.
Why is Pole Belter so far back in lane? Maybe he just recalled again. But he's not really going to be able to punish that. Well, yeah, he actually is.
He had just recalled.
So he had just recalled, so that's why Pole Belter had given up mid lane positioning. So Zion, by going for that kill, there was no way he was coming out of that alive. So he had to be successful in his mission. He was, and he got the first blood, so he was at least able to get the first blood bonus, which is basically made up for by the assist bonus since it was an assisted Team Liquid kill.
Right.
Dragon started up by CLG in answer, though, with everybody going top to pick that kill up.
Woo. That explosive charge damage, nothing to be messed with.
Pole Belter's got smite.
Pole Belter smites it away. No worries for Xmithy there. His smite was down. And they're able to come up big on it. Good communication from CLG and quick movement gets them just a step ahead of TL for the Dragon control.
Yeah, so it's that chain of events with Zion drawing everyone up top, forcing them to commit resources in order to answer the kill. Does earn CLG that small window. They were able to take Dragon down. Didn't see how many minions died mid, but several.
Good clear. Getting that coverage back. Not giving any wards, however, or maybe doesn't have any wards right now for Piglet. They want to put out. That pink is there, but they would not be able to control it. So he's going to go back, playing it safe, take a sip of his drink, and ready up and get back into lane. Not really any gold lead here in favor of CLG. Just those Dragon stats, they're going to help a little bit.
Look at this matchup, though. I mean, Zion is just waiting to beat him down again.
That became very difficult for Quas. Be interesting to see how he finds his way out of this.
He did. He got ripped off in the lane swap is what happened. The double jungle being interrupted and forcing Dominate back meant that Quas's double jungle was then hindered. He couldn't do much because he had to wait for Dominate to go back and heal.
The big picture is really coming into play now of what that happened.
Then by the time he was able to get to the lane, he was already behind.
Oh, he's only going to have a shield. No Monsoon. The Howling Gale does come out. That's about all Xpecial can offer as he hightails it out of there. Unfortunate. Playing in a false sense of security actually cost Quas' life. Good play. CLG had the right number of people there as well. I think that actually could have been thwarted if it was only 2, but they bring 3 to the table.
Yeah.
Assists and whatnot getting around. Nice job. See if they can keep this up. Liquid's keeping the wards up, though, making sure that this doesn't start folding over into the jungle.
CLG, when they were having so much of their success last split as well, it had a lot to do with their lane swaps and their level 1s, and everyone else being a bit behind and having to catch up to them. This one I actually want to go back and look at that, the early stages of the game once again, because the ramifications for Quas have been huge. Special, a bold invade there, and a lot of missed skills from everybody. He walks away.
It's like everybody stays safe for now. They're in the I don't want to be the one to make a mistake mode. And this causes very, very safe play. It's hard to get some aggression out of this. Which one do you want? Scuttle or Pink Ward? All right.
Both. Rib, can I have both?
Choose both. Cake and eat it too. Actually looks like you might give
That
up.
was actually a pretty sick play. He kept the Scuttle Crab from regenerating by smacking it with the Prey Seeker while killing the Pink Ward. I love efficiency. Saved probably 2 seconds there for himself.
There you go. 2 seconds in some sports is a hell of a lot of time. In League of Legends, 2 seconds can mean quite a bit as well. Liquid now pushing the top turret. They're going to be able to take this one down. Same amount of pressure you're feeling from CLG in the bot lane, however. Should trade these nicely. A bit of an invade as well by Nick Smithy in the jungle here to make sure he can get some deep wards. Alphamu is also in the face of Quas, making sure he's getting as little as possible. Not even these jungle camps and the wolves can be Quas's. It's a tough game for him.
Yeah, and CLG's gold lead about to balloon here as they answer turrets 2-2. Doublelift's going to get the local. Avarice Blade the entire time ticking for him as well on the Tristana. Let's see, he got only 154, so it wasn't his first purchase. But he got some mileage out of it.
Yep.
And he will continue to do so as he works towards his Infinity Edge.
All those wards placed deep. See, dominate even tunneling out of the wolves over to his top side of the map. This is going to start providing a lot of necessary information for CLG. Pole Belter pushing mid every time he's got that true shot barrage up. You can see it just on cooldown.
Phoenix cheating with his CS there, grabbing all the small
one laser
birds out of the rafters.
One laser over the wall.
I mean, it's good money too for the mid laner. It's just that you're actually legitimately just taking that money out of your jungler's pocket. You're not speeding anything up for your team. Rek'Sai kills those just by auto-attacking the front one. So no time saved or anything. Just gold transfer.
Note to self, don't steal Kobe's jungle.
Now, the biggest part of this game is how far CLG have kept Quas down after that earlier jungle invade.
Big glaring.
Biggest problem for Team Liquid right now, and they're trying to figure out how to work around this. Piglet was a really bold move because he doesn't have any backup. Zion's probably thinking that guy must have somebody in the area, because why the hell would he just Valkyrie at my face? If Zion only knew that Piglet was by himself, he would have easily just 100%ed Piglet for that move.
Oh yeah, Piglet doesn't even have any boots right now, so I'm unsure Valking how he dodged that anyways.
That's that poker face, Rib. You think I won't Valk in your face?
Okay, he flashed. I'm looking now. Summoner spell. So he definitely had to use some outside spells to get himself into a safe situation. Not just the regular kit.
Probably a misclick there. I don't think he was trying to Valk the minions.
Hey man, if you are really that hard up for CS, you want every one. Sometimes you got to go above and beyond. Valk that CS down. Dominating the rest of the team, pressuring onto Dragon here. We haven't had any movement yet from that top lane horse. So, oh boy!
Well, Belter super.
I wouldn't want to be in the Dragon pit alone by myself right now. Jeez.
Team Liquid, I heard you need a little help in this game with Quas being so hurt. Dragon's got your back. Gets the last hit for Phoenix there. And Poe Belter walks a little too close to the sun.
I think this only continues to strengthen the fact that Ezreal does, in fact, need a map.
Oh!
But two turrets, both sides now. No real pressure has actually been added to the map. Just a few dragons back and forth. Teams to be kind of equaling out in this tug of war that we have going on in this game. Doublelift to farm up. CS won in his lane. Phoenix, however, has taken control of that lane over Poe Belter. And as we continue to say, Zion Spartan, third game on Fizz in a row. The lane swap, he is continuing to snowball the effect they had on Quas and continue to keep him down in CS. So good play so far. CLG goes to move up some wards. Double sweep. Does he get the double? Oh, he didn't go for it.
Gragas not too light on his feet.
No.
Get it?
It's all right.
Yeah. I mean, one death is not the end of the world for Pobelter. He's still looking to try and build up to his...
I don't know.
Yeah, it is the end of the world. He's done for.
It's over. He's still getting his items. He's got his Trailblazer all fixed up. Roomglaive as well. You see, as you were saying earlier, just not that super fast Luden's rush anymore without the spell effects coming off at the end. Triforce now finished up for Zion Spartan. Next move for Counterlogic Gaming. Really wherever they decide it. They have the trust to take down turrets. Just waiting for Quas to get big. So, could be a danger.
You said, yeah, I mean, this is the patch. This is 5.13, where the bug fix for Roomglaive applying spell effects is in, but he's got an amp tome. I'm curious what he's going to build into it. I thought for sure he would go Roomglaive into Death Cap. Now I am curious.
Yeah.
What is that?
Maybe he just likes a good read.
We will see sooner or later.
Here it is, finally stepping up on a turret. Let's see what they got. Making sure the minion wave that does come in line actually doesn't have any potential to stop it.
Priv! They also changed the build path for Death Cap. That does build into Death Cap.
Oh, the recipe items, yeah, Coach. I wonder what you were saying.
I was like,
it could be a Death Cap. I thought you were just saying it might be.
I forgot they changed
Indeed.
all the AP build paths here.
You can always get a few more
items
to spike in. Always a few more items. That's all right. That's good. Definitely a lot of things people haven't gotten their hands on yet. The 5.13 patch. You're not really an AP jungler at heart, Kobe, so it's okay. We'll give it to you. 18 minutes coming up on the clock now. The Infinity Edge built up for double lift to the Triforce of Piglet now. Very confident on that Corki over the past few plays. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do much to stop this turret, even with that Corki poke. He has already kind of gone towards the bot lane. Doesn't have any minions to push there, however, as it is pushing out. So Team Liquid have to give that one up. They won't want to put themselves in too scary of a situation with how strong CLG is at this point in the game. Kind of spiking a little bit for them, and TL knows it.
Yeah, the Trinity Force done on Fizz. Zion Spartan is the power of CLG right now. And let's see what he can do with it. He's still on that split push path. He still has yet to make a big teleport play. The ward coverage is fairly decent, actually, inside the blue buff quadrant here for Team Liquid. So he's got a bit of protection. But doesn't want to give away his lead. He's spiking so hard right now, too. Yeah. At level 11, on top of his Trinity Force.
Getting that second ulti.
He's the only... Well, I don't think anybody could 1v1 him right now from Team Liquid, so they would have to bring multiple people or expend a teleport to try and take him out.
You see a small double lift in his favorite environment of free farming up on the top side of the map.
Yeah,
he's backing.
Zion drawing so much attention down bottom with his split push allows CLG to spread out and farm all three lanes. So because of the power of Zion, CLG have been able to get away with a 3-lane shove here. Plus, you know, the fact that Tristana does have her own escape enables double lift to try and shove again, and they've switched him down bottom. So they're just swapping Zion and double lift now. They're keeping the 1-3-1, but swapping places. Interesting how they want double to go head-to-head with Quas. Well, it seems to me like Zion would be able to kill Quas if they met a heads up.
Right.
Double is going to catch the more safe wave, though.
Easy peasy. Meeting up in the mid. You may actually have a 1v1 with Piglet here. If they match up, that ward in the Tri-Brush could see Piglet. He actually backs off without having too much vision of down the lane. He's got enough inside the jungle to push up, but they are playing it very safe right now. Communication across Team Liquid says our side of the river is the safe side of the river. They have not crossed it yet.
Yeah. This is so huge for CLG to be able to use this early power to keep Team Liquid contained while Ezreal builds up. Now he just needs the blasting wand portion of his death cap to be able to complete it. And Pobelter will be ready to fight fairly soon here.
I'm sure Zion's ready. He's having a field day. The whole team's pushed up. He only has a short path now to walk through the jungle from those second-tier turrets. Taking down Quas in the top, moving towards the mid lane. CLG is playing this one very methodically. They can see that coming in. See if they keep themselves secure here. They're not going to actually fight it. Just Vision wanted from Dominate as he gets the ultimate from Rek'Sai out to get there. Yeah, big word coverage already on the up and up here from CLG. They're going to grab this down. No pressure coming in from Team Liquid, but what could Zion Spartan here? If they cut him off on the backside, here's the ping from Zion. All goes through.
Pretty close.
That's a bit of vision. Special gets hit once, and I don't think they're going to be able to follow up. Not enough catch potential, but they still tried. CLG looking to put their foot down here.
I think that was wise of Team Liquid not to try and fight that. They have to wait for Quas to become relevant. Oh, he just dinged level 6. Or level 11, excuse me. He just dinged level 11, so that's
going to be quite afraid.
That's definitely a boost for him. However, still sitting on just pieces of items before he really wants to make an appearance. He's going to have a very hard time one-shotting Pobelter in the backline, which is his goal. So, got to be very careful how they play this team fight because CLG have a lot of disengage for Pobelter with the Gragas and Alistar, two of the best.
What a weird
Whoa.
spread. That was from the beginning an odd dance for both teams. Liquid kind of walked into a composition of CLG right where they were ready to fight. In and out, a lot of trickery being played with right now, but those are the escapes and invulnerabilities necessary to make this fight work in your favor. Team Liquid backs off as Zion Spartan gets himself into a pretty good situation to start a fight.
Yeah, wow. Can't believe Phoenix got out of that unscathed.
Yeah.
A mere tap to his health bar there. He was in a very vulnerable position. Ezreal ultimate down, though, is a huge part for CLG. That's a big portion of the poke that they want to land. Zion going in for the dive.
What?
Nope, just getting into a...
What is he? What is... All right. They are going to go in. They kind of want to. A little bit of miscommunication here. A missed ulti as well from Zion Spartan. And I think a few people were way on the ready list and a few were on the wait list for that one on CLG's Engage.
Yeah. An odd mismatched tower dive there. And no Alistar ultimate left means they have to retreat.
Definitely hard to get past the Janna, but you're expecting that as you go for the tower dive. Zion Spartan was on his own for that. Getting out safely, though, reflecting on it. CLG attempting a teleport play. Come up short on the Liquid dive. They were ready for it. This gives time for Piglet to head back to the bottom lane, start grabbing some CS, and Team Liquid get a bit of breathing room finally after staving that off.
Yeah. They have been able to, take evasive maneuvers and play defense fairly well, but I'm still very skeptical of how Team Liquid are going to ever take out the Ezreal without sustaining a massive amount of poke. Because Quas, if he doesn't have teleport, a home guard teleport, it's going to be very difficult for him to get in. While Hecarim can get very fast, he has no surprise factor about him. No flash, so there's no way for him to jump to the back line.
Right.
And it makes it very easy for Alistar to headbutt him out. Whenever he comes in, whenever he charges up with the speed boost, Afro can try and headbutt him back. It's going to have to be either a home guard teleport or maybe an ultimate, an Onslaught of Shadows over a wall. You can get that far back, but Onslaught of Shadows by itself, not usually enough for him to get all the way back.
And along with that, it's going to be even harder if the wards can be placed as well. Coming up by Counterlogic Gaming, they're going to see him coming from any direction.
That's a good point. They do need to start getting some vision up. CLG have had control of the map for quite a long time.
That little lull denied their vision on the side of TL here.
Need to get some more vision. That one not hurting too much yet. Death cap is completed, though.
Good spike for Pobelter in the mid lane. Very slow kill score, but intense game. Seems like the story of the day here.
Yeah.
Across all the games.
You can also see how defensive-minded Team Liquid are right now because Xpecial rushed into the Aegis of the Legion for the magic resist very early because they knew they were just going to have to take some Ezreal poke early on. Rather than actually try and get speed boost from the Talisman and get the engage, he's opted for the defensive route and get the magic resist aura to try and buffer the team against this Fed Fizz and the Ezreal. Oh, Piglet flies over the fish.
Onto it as well towards the end there. Catches onto Piglet, a lot of damage, but they thought it was actually a missed one. They didn't want to go onto it. Also wanting pressure on this turret. And I may think they found what they wanted if they can get some deeper wards back on the side.
Yeah.
Like Liquid is pressured off enough though.
He was able to land the Ezreal ult over the top as well, even with Janna standing right next to him.
Ooh. This is good for CounterLogic Gaming, starting to spread Liquid thin here on the engages. That means the bottom turret is going to be open now for the team. Doublelift should be able to walk back up here and finish off on the other second-tier turret in the mid lane. That Triforce for Fizz will make the start to drop quick. Team Liquid has to figure out how they are going to multitask here.
Yeah, they don't want this to break here. If they give up another turret, some more global gold for CLG, and the lead does start to balloon. It's starting to become an untenable situation here once Ezreal gets really takes off from here. So CLG, they have so much turret pushing power if they're able to out-rotate you. I mean, their actual damage to turrets,
we can almost say the same thing for Team Liquid, right? It's just taking them so long to charge up. Now they have their 2 Triforces 26 minutes in, which would pretty much be doing the same thing if you had them at the right time. Unfortunate how far they were set back. Still 30 CS for Quas here, trying to make things work. Had that Glacial Shroud for quite some time, keeping himself a tad tanky in these fights. But not
will
enough.
this Dragon be enough to force a team fight in this game?
Yeah, not coming up now.
27 minutes in, yet to see them fully commit. It looks like Team Liquid still not ready to pull the trigger. As CLG, All right, now it's starting to stink a little bit.
Got a blasting wand on top of, actually, he might have used it right before he ulted, but he just drank a sorcery elixir as well.
Yeah.
So Pobelter has a bit of extra AP from that. So you know they have a surplus in money if you're buying the elixirs here. You want to get these fights in your favor and get some big objectives to turn this game. 3,000 gold is just about the lead CLG has, working it very methodically around the map right now. Not really looking for kills, but getting the objectives that they want.
Yeah. Team Liquid. I mean, it's really hard for them to make even a teleport play because they've been bottled up in their own side of the map for so long. It's hard to get deeper wards down, and it has to be CLG kind of walking over their trap to allow a good flank from Quas. But other than that, Team Liquid basically just have a worse poke and a squishier front line. So they just kind of take it.
You can't hope to even set up really a barren attempt here. Focus the other team in. CLG would be like, all right, let's poke them out. Sounds good to me. Things are getting tough here. If the team could find their way out of this one, probably Team Liquid would be one of those teams on that list. It's going to be Dominate, taking a bit of early damage here. A lot traded back to Xmithy. Kind of the out and in here would be Team Liquid's best chance. They go out, they try to go in. Is it enough? Phoenix gets bounced back. A lot of control coming from that Afro move, and Phoenix goes down. The Monsoon gave a bit of health back to Team Liquid, and they're able to stay pretty healthy in the fight. Piglet going to be able to get another kill coming up for the team. Actually, that was over onto Afro Moo. He stays alive, and it's still a back and forth. 2 for 2 and all that in the choke point in the jungle.
Well, it's not even up to Quas to get back there and kill Ezreal. Phoenix takes matters into his own hands with the Ghost Flash Victor to secure the kill and take out the Ezreal at the back. More big plays here from Phoenix, but again, it's still just even 2 for 2 trade. CLG defend mid-turret.
Wonder how many more times that is going to happen and we're left with a stalemate in the mid lane.
How many more times can you blow double summoners to kill him?
That's true.
It takes
5 minutes, Kobe.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Hey, he's got distortion boots, so.
Yeah, less than that.
All right, so Smithy starts it off. He actually gets the worst end of the trade, and Pobelter comes up. He's enthused with the, so Dominic actually used a summoner for that too, I guess? Yeah, so that was
Q.
2 flashes and a ghost to be able to close that distance this time around. Yeah. Because Pobelter saw how much damage his Q, he got a little hyphy on that play and walked up. But learned his lesson. And he will keep chugging those Sorceress Elixirs as well.
Yeah. Keep him going. That's a pretty expensive habit. 400 some gold. 450. Not going to be easy to do all the time. See what everybody's putting in their inventories. However, as we move on, that Frozen Heart and Home Guard's Lucidities are finished up onto Zion Spartan, so he can be back into the game and possibly with the Home Guard attempt here. Might even be a little bit more scarier than Quas's at this point. Seeing a fish fly in. Lockets of the Iron Solari are going to be assisting both teams from the AoE magic damage in these fights with that shield as well on the end. Still looking for big plays to turn this game around. Chronologic Gaming with definite map control, but it seems like Liquid is just on the cusp of being able to take it back in their control as well.
And they're trying to wait, play defensively, soak up some gold, and wait for CLG to give them an opening. They don't really, they're starting to get some deeper vision down. At least they've gotten their defensive line of wards up, but still going to be hard for them to pull one of those plays out because summoner spells all blown in the last time they tried. Teleport not available either, so Team Liquid do not have a lot of cards to play at this moment. And it's up to CLG here to try and make their control on the map more complete and start denying more wards from Team Liquid. Also, I think Xpecial is going to move into the Talisman build, sell off his Spell Thieves and try and build the speed boost because Team Liquid do need more tools in that fight.
You can see the Righteous Glory being built up by Aframu, so he will somehow match that speed. Nice explosive cast. Dominate tunnels over the wall. He's got to know that he's out. The team has to know that as well. They're missing that crowd control. A huge upfront burst of damage thrown back in from Counterlogic Gaming, and Liquid is really considering this fight now. Counterlogic Gaming over to Baron.
They have True Sight on Baron. Everyone from Team Liquid was chunked very low, but CLG hesitate. I don't think if they're going to go for it immediately, then they're not going to go for it at all. Okay, the hesitation, they've decided, they've made up their minds. They're going to commit to it. Okay. Quas shows his head and they abort mission.
It's a roller coaster. We can still go back up and back down again. Don't worry about it, Kobe. This one's not over just yet. It seems like both teams are going to call it off. Very, very close on Phoenix, though.
Yeah. Hasn't built any magic resist either to protect himself against
that is going to be quite painful. I mean, he's not working against too much. Zion Spartan's kind of tanky, but it's still going to hurt for Pobelter. Good lord.
Stacking up here. Dragon number 4 should go over pretty easily. Dominate's making his way down. How much DPS does Double Lift have? And it looks like he's got enough.
Dragon number 4, one of the biggest timers to be put on a team in the game. Number 5 now in the eyes of CLG. Something that Team Liquid will have to stop, or at least attempt to. It's going to be a very tough point then. Being behind 4,000 gold now. The fight not looking in their favor. See if they can set up the map to work in their favor before they get to that point. It'll be about 40 minutes on the clock when we see that dragon come. Liquid and the rest of the team now towards the mid lane. A teleport play here from Quas possibly. Could see him go back to base for the home guard, but no forward wards yet for Team Liquid could really make this a thing, unfortunately.
Still licking their wounds. They have a small window, before next dragon comes up, where they can actually continue to. All right, well, that's one small cooldown not available for CLG. That's not exactly the opening Team Liquid need.
It's not bad.
To make a play,
45 seconds on Chumble Waters.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very big window.
Double lift. He can jump over the wall, but still quite separated from the team for a second.
Yeah, he is starting to play really aggressive with his positioning. Moving up, and wow.
All right.
Let's start it out. They see Zion down bottom, but he's got teleport.
That TP time, that's exactly what it takes, is time. And Team Liquid may feel like they have enough of it to pressure this, but there's still a bit of range here to be used by Doublelift. He's getting in some shots. Pobelter very, very low. Arcane shifts to the backside. Doublelift now gets popped up, gets the champion.
Got it.
Before the Monsoon hits it, they take down Pobelter. Quas finally gets that ult they've been looking for. His Ignite kill pressure is still up, along with Specials. This could still be a very big fight. Big one readied up now for Piglet on Corki. Fires that off. The Monsoon is there for a safe fight, and CLG still has quite a few ults of their own. Just losing Pobelter is keeping them off of this.
Wow, Team Liquid with the Baron bait, draw Pobelter into the river. And even with Alistar and Gragas, they're able to make it happen, coming at him from multiple directions. Now they got position on bottom, and they're looking for kills too.
CLG is just being routed around their own lanes. Through the jungle isn't even theirs right now with the way the Team Liquid's playing, and they're easy in, easy out after pressuring onto Baron.
Oh man, Zion is in a dangerous
over the wall.
spot.
Piglet follows. Piglet's going to be able to chase. No red buffs are attacking just yet. Dominate tunnels past to get the smite on. It's going to be a long chase, and I think they might want to give up on this one because here comes the rest of CounterLogic Gaming. Quas is going to follow through, but it's for the exit. They still have to worry about Baron. Now they're the ones being pushed off.
The shenanigans in this game. Never ending when we're still at Baron here. CLG gonna start it off again. Afromu does not have Alistar ultimate.
Back around.
Neither does Zion.
Dominate getting his tunnel game on. He's ready to go over. They don't have too much vision actually into that Baron pit right now. Everything's been cleared out. Okay, top side wasn't
3,000 HP. Piglet, can he do it again?
Is it going to happen? Piglet also there as well. It goes over to Smithy. They're going to be able to lock that one down. Piglet now getting hit up. Doublelift crushes him. And the back and forth game of Baron is what cost the fight. Finally, 37 minutes.
Not today, Piglet. Dominated Piglet can't combine for the steal. They sacrifice their lives and mid-turret for the attempt at the steal. And Team Liquid's base is forfeit.
Wow. 20 seconds on the clock here for Dominate at least. Quas, Hecarim and Janna now providing much wave clear. The Monsoon does what it can, but you have a Tristana on the Nexus turrets. And it's going to be taken down quite fast. The Triforce as well as Zion, Spartan, CounterLogic Gaming taking down Team Liquid and definitely showing a true change in the slump for their mid-season. CLG take down Team Liquid.
Woo! One team fight to rule them all.
I guess so, right? It was
just a little bit of a Baron there.
So back and forth. Just having a different set of composition showed a completely different team style fight of Team Liquid. While they had their, AP mid, Phoenix, it wasn't that Azir. Phoenix's Azir controls the fight an incredible amount with the divide, the ability to keep soldiers up and keep them placed. The fight from Team Liquid did not seem like they could engage as usual. The chances they took, still the same Team Liquid, able to make things happen when coming from behind. But they definitely extended a bit too much on that Zion Spartan chase. I think in and out on that one, and they would have been in a good position. Zion Spartan's little wild goose chase there really, really made the Baron happen for CLG.
Sticking around there. A bit too long. Quite an odd game there.
You can say that.
I have to go back and look at the opening moments of it, actually.
You could say that. I mean, it was surprising how long Quas was able to stay in the game to get himself built up, being I don't know how many CS down, as CLG was able to create that early start to the game. Pressuring it a bit, though. They found themselves in the right spots at the right time. Maybe look at the mid game where things kind of slowed down. Yeah, the other team gets 6, they get a few core items, and you have to consider that. But I still think teams can go a little bit stronger there. Not a flaw, just something to look forward to. Not a flaw at all. That was a good game. Smithy happy with that play. Looking at CounterLogic Gaming's past kind of compositions, they always stick around a few champions that we're seeing in there. Like I said, they usually get the Janna Gragas. Didn't have that. It was actually taken away quite quick with the Corki Janna pickup. But that Fizz in the top, that Tristana for Doublelift, and that Gragas in the jungle has been something they keep relying on, keep going back to. So, I don't know, something to look at. They feel very comfortable on those champs. It's been giving them a lot of W's.
Yeah. Doublelift is really putting a lot of time in on Tristana lately. He got up to level 17. He was tied for the highest level in the game with all that split pushing Tristana that he was doing.
It's his favorite, right? Doublelift. If you were to go on a Doublelift safari, it'd be like, please look out the right side of the window. Doublelift farming by himself in an empty lane. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's exactly what you would hear. And that's what he does pretty much all game. It's something CLG has been not allowing him to do all the time, but when he can farm, he usually makes a pretty good impact. So Zyrene is now standing by at the telestrator to help us break down CLG's win.
Thank you very much, Riv. And you guys were just talking about Doublelift, and this is a clip that's actually going to feature him. It's that Baron at the end. So as we pull that clip up on your screen here, the game relatively tame all throughout. 4 dragons on CLG, a lot of conditions coming up for them to win. Do Baron, wait for dragon. They opt to go for Baron after they catch Xpecial, and because he's down, there really isn't disengage, and Phoenix has no time to back just yet. So as we start rolling this clip out, you're going to watch Doublelift's positioning. At this point, he's saying, well, we could get Baron, or I could just kill their entire team. So when Dominate goes in, the highest health member remaining on Team Liquid's side, Doublelift sees an opportunity to go straight up here into the damage dealers of Team Liquid, and he's able to take out Piglet and Phoenix. Even if Dom steals this Baron, which he has an opportunity to, it doesn't matter. The game is still going to be over because of Doublelift's play here. He's no longer dealing damage to the Baron. He's able to go around the side and get to the damage dealers to take them out. They're going to kill Dominate in the pit no matter what with Pobelter. As long as Doublelift is able to make a play here onto Piglet and Phoenix, the game's over, whether or not the Baron is stolen. So as we continue to roll this clip out, you're going to see exactly that happen. Doublelift gets the crits, the jump in, goes for Phoenix, kills him, and gets a reset to go after Piglet. Right there, CLG had all the cards. Regardless of whether or not they got the Baron, it was going to be their game no matter what. And that's actually CLG's first victory in 10 games over Team Liquid, putting them at 1-9 in their last 10 games. CLG maybe they're on their upswing here, but we'll have to see as the week continues on and as they go into tomorrow. So CLG, I'll talk a little bit more about that game, because the way CLG played it at the level 1 is they gave that advantage up to Zion in the top lane over Quas. And that's what set the tone for the entire game. And it's all about getting yourself all these cards so that the team has to react to you. And that's exactly what we saw in that situation too. That's enough. Let's hand it off to Dash, who's standing by with an interview.
Thank you, Zyrene. I am joined by Zion Spartan and Doublelift here. Zion, I'm coming to you first because, as Zyrene just mentioned, coming into this matchup, CLG had lost the previous 9 games against Team Liquid. So here we go, 1-9 in the last 10 games. How does it feel to have broken that record? But 2, also kind of break the shell of this idea of like the CLG slump mid-season.
Yeah, honestly, it feels great to win. To beat Team Liquid, first of all, because we haven't beaten them in so long. Like, the whole time I've been on the team, we haven't even beat them once in LCS. So, and in playoffs, we lost. So to actually beat them and prove, hey, guys, we're not tilting at the end of the season. Like, we're improving and learning as a team. It's great. But honestly, like, I'm not that focused on this game. I'm focused on playoffs, and I'm glad we've won. But I just want to focus on what's ahead and not get too, like, focused on this win. Yeah, this win's great, but there's more to come.
All right, well, an upward swing for sure for CLG. Doublelift, this win did play an important role in your trip to the playoffs. What was different about this time around against Team Liquid that allowed you guys to come out with the victory?
Well, yeah, there's a story of like the CLG slump and also the curse that we have where we can't beat Team Liquid or TSM. Basically, those are the 2 teams that have blocked us from doing well at playoffs. I think a lot of it was just because generally earlier in the season, we'll just kind of get unlucky or maybe lucky with the scheduling, and like we'll just play all the worst teams. And then we'll play TSM and Team Liquid and we'll get stomped. But this split is really good because we ended up having like a wake-up call in the middle of the season as opposed to like slumping towards the end. And I think every team will have their ups and downs, but having that down in the very middle of the split versus towards the end lets us bounce back. And everyone has really stepped up. Everyone's putting in more time. Our training is more intense, and like all of us are just taking it a lot more seriously. And it's just like this roster, everyone's putting their 110%. It's just really nice.
Now, jumping into this game in a more specific fashion, we saw Zion, you come out with a huge CS lead on Fizz and that very early kill onto Quas due to the lane swaps. But I want to ask a more broad question, which is how does a pro team decide if and when to make the swaps following the bounce? Because you ended up in the advantageous bounced lane where Quas couldn't necessarily match you.
Yeah, it's basically just deciding who you want to get ahead. In that case, in this scenario, we decided, hey, let's let Zion get ahead this game, and it worked out.
All right. Double F, back to you. We talk all the time about, the story leading up to playoffs. There's the hoopla around who's going to make it, who's going to make a run for different positionings. And in this split in particular, there's teams swapping places left and right in the standings right now. Is it difficult as a player to block that out of your vision and not, peek at the scoreboard and focus solely on, what's the next step along the road?
Well, I have a lot of experience, so it's pretty easy for me. And also, every time we have a roster change, I think of it as a new team. Like, I don't care about what happened last split or the split before or the story of CLG. I care about the story of these 5 people that we're playing with. So, yeah, it's pretty simple, I think. And the more success that we have, the easier it's going to come. We used to celebrate every single game and be really hypey about winning or being ahead. These days, I think it's a lot more normal, and it's just having a winner's attitude.
And you also mentioned that, the scheduling this year has maybe had an effect on the way that you guys are dealing with the ups and downs as a team. Just looking at who you have coming up, Cloud9, Dignitas, and Team 8, 2 of those teams are in the bottom echelon. Is there a fear that things could be too easy from here and you get back to that comfortable feeling leading into playoffs?
I don't think so. I think we've known so much failure that we're not going to get overconfident or cocky. Honestly, yeah, just look at any one of our careers. It's pretty sad. So this is the run. I feel like this is our time. So, and all of us know it. So we're putting in, like I said, 110%. We're not going to get overconfident or lose in a really stupid way we might lose in a stupid way, but not because we were oh, it's just a bottom team. That's definitely never going to happen anymore.
Now, Zion, I'm going to assume that you have similar sentiments in the sense that you believe this is your guys' opportunity to make that run, really prove yourselves. What do you think is the one big barrier between you guys now and where you want to finish in playoffs, making it to Worlds?
Honestly, there's just still so much to learn. We won that game, but going back, I'm sure there's so much that we can look at, and honestly, everything we need to improve on. There's still everything: individual play, team play, there's just so many different things that we can improve on that there's not one thing I'm focused on. It's just not getting complacent and constantly striving to be the best, and have that improvement is what I'm looking for.
All right, dedication to being the best. I like to hear that. Once again, gentlemen, congratulations on the victory here. Now, don't touch those transceivers. The action continues after this with first place Gravity taking on Team Dignitas. We'll be right back. Congrats.
All right, I'm turning 22 tomorrow, so I need you guys to help me memorize the Taylor Swift lyrics.
Is it? No, it's not. It's not tomorrow, is it?
It is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Holy! I thought it was next week.
Yeah, Tony forgot your gift.
Maybe too little, too late. Quas gets hit. Zion Spartan under the turret's definitely going to go down for his troubles. And Phoenix goes down. The Monsoon gave a bit of health back to Team Liquid, and they're able to stay pretty healthy in the fight.
Okay, I'm going to smite at 1.5k.
Right, Rek'Sai.
Right,
got
nice.
it. Pump. Go. Nice.
Go, Peter, go.
Nice.
Counter Logic Gaming taking down Team Liquid.